Yeah, on my lap. I'm kidding. I'm sorry, guys. I'm about to dox everyone I know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everyone. Maleig's gonna sit here next to me.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Better Than Nothing podcast. Yay!
I thought we were done after that.
I'm Addison.
I'm Tanesha.
And we're here to talk to you today about two things I wanted to talk about. So first, can we talk about the Super Bowl? I feel like we have to.
Birds to the bowl. Birds to the bowl.
As of 2 days ago, I was rooting for the Chiefs, and now I am also for the Birds.
I was rooting for the Eagles this entire time because of that guy on TikTok.
What guy?
Bubba. He's from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He's a big Eagles fan. But I was into him before that. I was into him when he was just complaining about res life at his college. He got a lot of issues going on. So, and I have evidence about that because I sent all his videos to my friend. I won't dox her this time. So, yeah. But... So I was in him, and then he was like, Philadelphia Eagles, and I was like, okay, amazing. And then I was like, hopefully they go to the Super Bowl because it's in New Orleans, and I'm going to pay attention to it. So now I was like, okay, I'm rooting for the Eagles because he's rooting for the Eagles. Mm-hmm. Birds to the bowl.
So yeah, today is Super Bowl Sunday. We're filming this morning. And like I said, I woke up really pumped. I rolled out of bed, and I was like, yeah, it's game day. I don't care about sports. I don't.
We're having a Super Bowl party potluck.
We are. All our friends are invited. Hopefully they show up, and it's not just the 3 people that RSVP'd.
I didn't text that one guy about the slight hiccup with the kickoff time.
Then he may show up an hour late. That's okay. I think we'll live. Anyway, but yeah, that's my take on the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs are hella racist, low-key, and sexist.
They're called the Chiefs.
Their vibe. I've been getting a lot of pro-Eagles propaganda on TikTok, and it's working.
I never got anything about the Chiefs. I always, because I already, followed the guy. So all my stuff was just about Eagles. And then from there, once he started talking about it on my For You page, then I got more Eagle stuff.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of Chiefs just because of Taylor Swift. Because, she's somebody I follow. And then I was getting a lot of Chiefs stuff.
Karma is the guy on the Chiefs.
Karma is the fact that the guy on the Chiefs was like, I'm so honored for President Trump to, come and watch our game. He's our president, blah, 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 blah. When Trump literally has been like, I hate Taylor Swift.
No one should be honored to be in a room with that man. Not even his own kids.
No. Oh, my God.
Happy Black History Month.
This may come out after Black History Month. We commissioned art to be made for this podcast.
By a black artist. So.
Yes. Shout out Shay. Love you. And it might not be done until the end of February. She said she needed a couple of weeks. I was like, take your time, baby girl. And this may be coming out in March.
I don't know. She doesn't really... She draws and then she cosplays. I think she's got the time.
Anyway, but our second topic of today, we have been having, since we recorded our last podcast last week, we've been having an ongoing conversation about Riz. And that sounded so weird coming out of my mouth because I don't partake in
Riz.
Yes, but also I feel like you don't hear a lot of slang words come out of my mouth. You know?
Yeah.
I don't like it. It feels weird when I do it. I've never, when I was
say
younger.
100.
One what?
100.
100, but
100. 100. I got 100 bands.
So it's particularly hard for me to mispronounce words on purpose. So when I first found out who SZA was, I did refer to her as Scissor.
Why?
Because that's what her name is.
No, it's SZA. It's SZA.
Yeah.
Scissor is a lot longer. I used to get Kendrick Lamar and Anna Kendrick confused.
Oh my God. Wait, Tanesha. I have a list. I have a list of people that you've gotten confused. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so you confused Kendrick Lamar with Anna Kendrick. You have confused that one guy named Bradley from Disney Channel with Bradley Cooper.
Okay,
you thought Bradley Cooper had dated Sabrina Carpenter. You thought he was Bradley Cooper. I don't remember his name, but he played Gabe on Good Luck Charlie, that kid.
Yes.
You thought Taylor Swift and John Mulaney had dated when he was 30 and she was 19, confusing John Mulaney with John Mayer. And you thought Markiplier had founded Facebook, confusing Markiplier with Mark Zuckerberg.
in my defense, I feel like both their names are Bradley.
Which I feel like is fair.
Bradley Stephen Perry.
Yes, yes. So, like, when you were like John Mulaney and John Mayer, is someone I like know you not to be like super online in that way. That makes sense that you would get them confused. You would just be like, oh, John and John? They're like, it's interchangeable, which makes sense. I think that's fair.
Also, the Markiplier, Mark Zuckerberg one, yeah, I don't know, like...
Did you call him Markiplier?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I only know who that man is because I read that webcomic Let's Play, which is, I think, about him.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Did you think he was hot?
The drawing, yeah.
He's hot in real life, too.
I've never seen Markiplier.
You should see. I'll send you some edits of him later. You should. Have you heard his voice?
No.
Oh, Tanesha. Well, now I got to look it up. Wait, hold on.
I stumbled upon this comic, and Ren hates it, but I love it. It's called Let's Play. They eventually, like, I think, broke their, like, partnership with Webtoon for some reason. And so they, like, never really posted anything after that final thing. There's supposed to be more. I think it's coming back.
It's like left on a cliffhanger.
Yes, and she has like 2 options for dating. Either she could date this guy, her boss, or she could date Markiplier.
She's probably going to date Markiplier. Okay,
Damn.
I'm pulling up some videos. Are you ready to hear this man's voice?
Yeah.
Wait.
If you sit on my face, I'll eat my way to your heart.
Okay, Loki, he sounds 85.
And now our guest is finally here. Maleigh, hello.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Maleigh. I'm 21 years old.
Hell yeah.
Just a baby.
I'm a lesbian.
Oh.
Like girls. I don't know. if
Shout
that
out.
matters. Okay, question. What is this podcast called? Is it actually called The Best Sex Is No Sex? And what do we talk about here?
Okay. So the podcast, as of today, we did our intro and we've called it
The Better Than Nothing podcast.
Yes.
Better Than Nothing.
So welcome to Better Than
That's
Nothing.
me.
Yeah.
And we don't actually have like a script, a theme to it. So we just come up on here and we just talk.
It's very stream of consciousness.
We went over the Super Bowl this morning.
Yes.
Heck yeah. How about those Chiefs? Boo.
That was a good save.
Birds to the bowl.
Hey, I still remember when Taylor was singing about her Eagles t-shirt hanging on her door.
Exactly.
We all know where she came from.
Exactly.
She knows in her heart.
That's what I'm saying.
She's, can I say,
Yes.
Yeah, you can say whatever you
she's
want.
traumatized.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Which
Is it-
I recently learned was a thing.
It's the opposite of P whipped.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. So I was thinking today, now that we have you here, we've been having this ongoing conversation about Riz. Do you have Riz?
I don't, no.
Do you-
Not intentionally.
Yes. Okay.
Like if I do have hers, it's pure anxiety.
I don't know how to say it. Like, there's different types. So, like, I feel like
Yeah.
you could have, like, weird girl Riz, you know? But it's only, what?
Weird girl Riz? Is that what I have?
No. I'm saying hypothetically, that is one of the many things that you could have. You
Okay.
have, like Jessica Day Riz, like New Girl Riz,
Okay.
where, like, you're just yourself, and that itself is attractive. Like, you kind of know what you're getting.
Yes, but it's not for everyone.
Exactly.
It's an acquired taste.
Yes.
That took me a long time to like process
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, am I just weird? Yes. The answer is yes. I am just weird. But like people can like that type of weird.
Exactly.
And I'm actually not a horrible person and I do deserve rights, even though they're being actively taken away.
You do deserve to be loved and to live a happy life. I see a lot of people on Hinge that'll be like, oh, I'll be really attracted to you if you're like weird and off-putting, you know? And I feel like that is not me. I don't think I'm that weird or that off-putting, but I feel like I can be when you first meet me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, if you're into that, I got it in spades.
I think on my Hinge, I'm like, we'll get along if you hate men.
I did see that.
And that's just the bottom. Like, that's like minimum.
That is the first thing on your profile. It's your name and then your face. And then it's like, we will get along if you hate men.
And you know what? The responses I've gotten to, because I didn't used to have that on there because I was like, I'm going to scare away the hoes. But the hoes that I want.
The hoes you want hate men.
Exactly.
Yes.
I've gotten some really great responses from that. So I'm like, maybe this is what it should have been from the start. Because this is who I am
Yes.
deep down. But I was like, maybe I shouldn't scare the lady.
Welcome back.
Sorry, that was a lot.
Tanisha's no. Oh.
It got intense in there.
So
So all's good.
Tanesha, we're discussing hating men. Do you hate men?
Yeah, I do. I think we should walk.
We should walk what? Wait, what?
I think we should walk around going, white man, you white man. Like how they slur us, we just be like, white man. We should turn white man into a slur.
I feel like as someone who knows a lot of white men that are conservative, like up close and personal, they already take offense to that. They're like, oh, why'd you have to call me white? Like, what does that have to do with anything?
It's scary how good that impression was.
Because I lived with them for 16 years.
And that's why you can do the Cotton Eye Joe so well.
Oh my God. We went out on Friday and so they're playing country music. Me and Maleigh are like there. We're all there. But all of a sudden, Cotton Eye Joe comes on. And me and Maleigh, like, we're goofing around. But we turn around and Addison is just there. I told Addison, I've never seen that many white people in sync before. But they were all just Cotton Eye Joeing it. And Maleigh and I were on the wall like, okay, do your thing. Do your thing.
Yeah.
But Addison, I've never seen Addison like that synchronized with other people. I've never seen that. It was crazy, y'all. It got
I've
wild.
never seen Addison really dance
Yeah.
before. But Addison was, they were kind of
Cotton Eye
rug.
Joe came on
I'm
and
telling
Addison
you,
got
I'm telling
down.
you. I told Tanesha this on the way back, but like I had to learn it for like prom and stuff. Like when I
Which is
went
crazy.
to Catholic school, they would play it at every
I think
school
people learn,
dance.
like, the wobble.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yeah, no, we learned that too.
oh, okay.
We were like hitting the quan. We were just also. It was 2014 or 2016.
Okay.
It was the vibe at the time, but we were just also Cotton Eye Joe. Don't shake your head.
Can I share a story of something that happened to I need to.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
This is what the podcast is for.
Sure.
Yes. I was in the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I've told the story too many times that every single time I get more mad. I don't know how it's possible. I was standing in the elevator with my friend. 2 other people come in. It's a beaver elevator. It's not too big, but there's enough for like 8 people, comfortably-ish. Anyway, so 2 other girls on this side, me and my friend on this side. A man walks in. He wedges himself in between me and my friend. He's like full on top of me. So then
Ooh.
I'm like, normally I'm like, wow, I would never move for a man. But he was literally on top of me. And I've never felt so uncomfortable in my life. Well, that's not true. But anyway, it was really uncomfortable. So then I move because I'm like, this man's on top of me. And I was like, okay. And I like very like animatedly moved to make him like know that I was upset and like weird, like that was a weird thing that you just did there. And then I like look at him and then he's looking at me like, what? And then I'm like, what the, like, are you serious? So then he gets out of the elevator and then I tell my friend, I'm like, do you see that? And she's like, no, what? I was like, he just like wedged himself in between. Like, you didn't see that? And then the 2 girls next to us were like, it's crazy that he just did that. That was insane.
Yeah.
But then I had him blush, but the rest of my face turned bright red. And my friend Camilla was like, I've never seen you turn red before. But I became like the panda. It was like, May. And I like stomped out of the elevator. And I was like, I cannot believe he just did that. He just pushed me in the elevator. Ah! And I told the story a bunch of times and nobody seemed to care. But I felt like it was a crime against humanity.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
It was. Why did you do, like, I just don't understand.
I feel like for sure he thought he could do that because you're like small and a woman.
Yeah, but it was just
Yeah.
like nobody was gonna say like
I would have said something, you know me.
I know, it's crazy the like clocked it as like
the-
infuriating like you
Yes.
did. Because
Yeah.
that is that's just like common manners. Like,
Yeah, just don't like manhandle
Don't exist.
someone.
Yeah.
Just like you don't even know. Like I'd never seen this man in my life. He ends up going to because I looked him up because I was gonna file a report, but we can't actually do that because he doesn't go to school here.
Speaking
Ooh.
of men and the
Wait.
Red Panda movie,
He recently moved out.
Oh.
Several days after that happened. #Maleigh on top.
Maleigh on top. But speaking of the Red Panda movie and men, okay, crazy story. When I watched it for the first time, I was with a certain group of people. One of them I very deeply hate. And there's that
Real?
scene in the movie where like the mom is at the school and the security guard comes out and is chasing her around. And the security guard is wearing a head wrap. And I don't know his nationality or his race, but he's a man of color. And I remember the scene happening, ha ha ha. The guy that I'm sitting there with, he goes, do you think this is about racism? And I said, no, I think she's on school property and she shouldn't be, and he's chasing her. And he went, but she's running from him. to not get arrested. And he was like, I think it's racist. And I said, and I think you are deeply confused on what racism is. But he just thought the whole thing, like, he thought that whole scene was about racism. And I was like, no, she is on school campus, and this is a security guard. He is chasing her. She is running. This is not about racism. This is about her being on a school campus right now.
Why would he say that?
Because he's a white man who is from, I won't dox him, but he's a white man who believes that, I don't know, after spending, I would say, I think a year, I deeply think that he can't grasp real world issues like racism. And to fit in, he just interjects things in to seem like he knows it. So he's like, that's racism, thinking that everyone would be like, wow, that was mind-blowing, you're right.
I can't believe he caught that.
But in truth, it's like, no, this is a movie, and she's on a school campus, and she shouldn't be. Like, but I feel like he was just like, this is racism. Or that song about that one, what's that one artist, Cupcake? Or like, that song was like, Homie Hopper.
Cupcake with 2 Ks. I'm familiar.
Yes, but there's a song, Homie Hopper, actually, or something like that, where it's like, Homie Hopper, that's bad. Why is she saying that? Like, he would just feel the need to say things thinking that it was right and that people would instantly agree with him because he is him. And he thinks that that's just how the world works. But in truth, he sounded dumb. He was dumb. I don't even know why he's still in school.
Well, I'm taking a class right now, and there's a girl in my class who said to us out loud in our group discussion that she thought Martin Luther King Jr. and Barack Obama were the same person.
How did she think that?
I don't know.
Was how did she like, I'm trying to figure out how she could have thought that.
I'm really not sure because, okay, Obama was in presidency like 2008, 2009, right? He was inaugurated, whatever. MLK had already been dead many years.
But also MLK was assassinated. So so he couldn't have been president.
Right.
Did she think that
I'm wondering if she thought
he was reincarnated as Barack Obama? Like, I'm wondering what her process for thinking that was.
I'm not sure. I think all of us collectively as a group were just like, okay, moving on.
I have seen some stuff on the internet, just like in passing. I don't interact with it because, like, just people confusing who said the I have a dream speech and thinking it was Obama. I have seen that on the internet.
Okay, wait. Going further, I think people also confuse Helen Keller and Amelia Earhart.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
People
do.
are like, Helen Keller wasn't real. How is she deaf, blind, and flew a plane?
Yes,
she
she did not fly a plane.
She did not fly a plane. That is Amelia Earhart. That is
has been,
another
like,
white woman.
That has been the biggest argument for Helen
The
Keller, that she wasn't
only thing
real.
that Helen Keller did was
be
that she
racist.
Okay, yeah, that too. But she, like, was a teacher and could read and write, and she was, like, smart, even though she was deaf and blind.
That is a big argument that they're like, she flew a plane. She did not fly a plane.
She did not fly a plane at all. I don't know why, how we got those two things conflated, and people are like, I've seen that on people's Hinge profiles. That is immediately like, I'm going to swipe, I don't know which way, but
I just got back on Hinge last night.
X.
So.
The X.
Mm-hmm.
The X.
Yeah, immediately Tanesha got back on Hinge and was like, I'm going to delete this. We were like 3 people in, and she was like, no. Can I tell you some other people that Tanesha has confused with other people? Because we were just talking about this earlier before you got here. So first off, Tanesha brought up Anna Kendrick and Kendrick Lamar. She used to think they were the same person.
Their names, I got confused.
But like, I'm assuming this was younger, like as a child.
Yeah, after the Pitch Perfect movie dropped.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
She really thought Kendrick Lamar was on stage doing Cup Song.
I know my ticket.
He would have killed it. He would have killed it. I think.
He was like, be humble.
I think Anna Kendrick could have done Humble as well. Not wrote it, but like her performance of it, I think would be okay.
And Anna Kendrick is a lesbian.
Is she not?
Yes. I think she's married to a man, actually. I do believe that. But she should be a lesbian.
I think everybody on the cast of Pitch Perfect likes women.
Yes.
And not just the one that was openly gay. I think all of them.
Rebel
Wilson came out. She has a whole wife.
She's married, to a woman.
Yeah, I do have qualms with her for other things now.
Yes.
Because she got small and then released a clothing brand that was like 3 sizes. It was like
really?
Yeah, like small, medium, large. And then she's like really just like forgot that one of her breakout roles was a person called Bad Amy.
Yeah.
And like I feel like she really could have done
Done more.
something for the plus size community, but then she just was like,
Never forget where
peace
you came
out.
from.
I'm just going to go to
Exactly,
Australia with my
yeah.
wife.
My wife.
My wife.
And the
That's
koalas.
British.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is one that we found out last night because I was talking about Bradley Cooper. And Tanesha was like, "Oh, he's that guy from Disney Channel that, that dated
Bradley
Sabrina.
Stephen Barry?
Yes, that dated Sabrina Carpenter."
Can I just
We
say,
could not remember his name.
I still don't know who Bradley Cooper is. Like, I still don't know.
He was Rocket Raccoon. He was in
A Star is Born with Lady Gaga.
yes. He
Oh
was
my God,
in
Bradley Cooper!
Yes, he was in Limitless.
Oh my God, I know who
In
Bradley
the
Cooper is.
shallows.
In the shy.
Tanesha thought that John Mulaney had dated Taylor Swift when she was 19 and he was 30.
Hey, he could be Jake Gyllenhaal.
Tanesha
I can
confused him
see-
with John Mayer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was
I
like, John
remember-
Mulaney, the comedian, and she was like, he dated Taylor Swift, and I was like, no.
No, when
No.
you like bought the tickets to go see him last year, right?
Yes.
I legit was confused on why you went. And so I was like, why
That is so
why
funny.
did Addison go? Like how could they go to that? But I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that part. And then Alani really was sad that she didn't get to go, and I was like, why are y'all so sad about this man who dated a 19-year-old? But you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that. So now it makes
That's
sense why
so
no
funny.
one was upset about it because he wasn't.
Because
the
he
guy.
wasn't that guy.
John Mulaney's also not that great.
No.
He dated Olivia Munn, who's one of the sexiest women alive.
Oh my God. Her and, oh my God, what was it, X-Men? I need to send you some edits of her in X-Men. She wears this little like purple superhero suit.
X-Men?
Yeah.
I've never
Yes.
seen any
I
action
swear to
movie.
God.
I just know these women
Yes.
because of
Mhm.
I don't know how I know her. I just know women.
Yeah. She was in New Girl for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen New Girl,
You should watch it. You would like
even
it.
though
Good.
everyone in the world tells me.
Continue. Sorry.
Oh,
I
no.
interrupted you.
Yeah, I don't know what I was saying.
You were talking about Olivia Munn.
I just think she's hot.
And you were talking about how John Mulaney's not a
Oh
good
yeah,
guy.
basically she was like pregnant and then like he just did drugs and cheated on her.
Yes.
But they have a son named Malcolm.
They also have a daughter now named May.
Oh.
They have 2 kids now.
Malcolm and May.
He also cheated on his first wife with her. So while he was on drugs.
The way you got him. Wait, the way you got him is the way you're gonna lose him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That eats.
Yeah.
But what if it's like, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
No, it is the saying only comes from cheating.
Yeah.
Like it,
Okay,
only
Yeah.
it can only apply to cheating.
Well,
Okay.
it technically can't, but that's when it was first thought of. Like the way you got him is the way you got. So if
It's
you
intended to be
yeah,
used.
so if they
And
cheat
for
on
cheaters.
someone with you,
For high infidelity.
yeah,
Yes. So Tanesha. Oh, I don't even know. Do you know who Markiplier is?
The name is vaguely familiar.
Yes. Do you understand
He's
that
like
he?
a YouTuber.
Yeah, he's like a
Mr.
gaming
Beast
YouTuber.
kind of.
Not quite.
Okay,
Not
well,
quite. But he
I
like
just
is big in the gaming community.
It's like white men on YouTube.
He's
who-
not white.
Who do?
But yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed he was white. That's crazy. Look at that bias.
I believe his mother's Korean. I don't know his
literally-
dad.
I just assumed he was white because he's.
Yeah.
he
Well,
does YouTube.
he's in a very white community, like the
Yeah.
gaming community on YouTube. Not entirely
and I
white,
think
but,
he could be considered white passing.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know what he looks like regardless. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I just thought his name was Mark.
Well, Tanesha thought he founded Facebook.
Oh.
That's what I was getting at.
Okay, what's this movie, Social Network?
One of my favorite
my
movies of
God.
all time.
Yes, I saw it in your letterbox. top four,
Sorry, I left my
which, by the way,
Brought it
T-
at the cleaners. Sorry.
I left my
You flip flops. You pretentious douchebag.
douchebag.
Sorry.
period. I love that.
What were you saying?
I was saying that Tanesha doesn't have top 4 movies, so I went to go see what your top 4 were, and then the only 4 movies that I saw were like your recent activity, and then I was like, these are such random movies to be your top 4.
Do you
and then
remember what they were?
I realized what it was. They were. So, I was like, why does Tanesha have these movies? I don't remember what they were, but it was so.
On my letterbox?
Yes, but I thought it was your top 4, but actually you just don't have a top 4.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Oh, let's do it today.
Yes. Let's do it
on
right
pod.
now. So my top 4
Wait,
are.
so it shows you my most recent ones?
Yeah. What are your most recent right now, Tanesha? What is your recent 4 movies on Letterboxd?
Recent 4 movies. Okay. Well, okay, so the last thing I watched was actually, it's a show. So it's called Sunset Vibes. I gave it 1 star, and I said, had to speed run through it just to finish it.
Ooh.
And then another one, it's also a Thai show. I gave it 3.5, and I go, okay, why was this actually kind of good? ? and then Hot Frosty.
That's the one that I was like, why is this in Tanisha's top 4? And then I realized, I was like, oh,
And
okay.
I watched it on my birthday,
Oh.
and I put 1 for Charles Boyle, 1 for Judy.
Yes.
And then the last one is that Time Cup movie. Wait, no, actually, I watched my birthday. That Time Cup movie, I gave it 1.5 star, and I go, I have so many questions.
My top 4 are Julie and Julia, Mamma Mia, Over the Garden Wall, and then The Social Network.
That's exactly right.
Yes, and then I like how you knew 'em.
I was looking at it because I was like,
Okay.
I haven't changed mine in a while, but I'm like, I know that they're not great movies. I think historically,
But they're good for you. Like, I look
Yeah.
at them and I'm like, oh, that's Maleigh, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just like, I go back and forth. Okay, I'll just tell people. Okay, it's Cruella, the 2019, 22, whatever
Yeah.
that came out with Emma Stone, and then Crush, that gay Hulu movie with
Rowan Blanchard and
yes, Ali. Yes,
Carvalho.
yes, from Moana, and then 3 is Charlie's Angels, the 2019 version with Kristen Stewart, where she just gave the whole movie. That movie eats. Naomi Scott, who I would die
Naomi
for.
Scott.
I love her.
Naomi Scott's in Power Rangers.
Period.
And
I actually need to
Aladdin.
see that now.
So, The Social Network is basically just the creation of Facebook. Yeah.
Oh,
So it starts
are
like
you a Mark fan?
no, he is portrayed as the bad guy.
Oh, period.
Yeah.
Okay, that.
So yes,
I was thinking it was like one of those Steve Jobs biopics or something.
It is
Okay.
very, very much. I would say it's both critical of him and then kind of optimistic in a way. Not really because it's not like, oh my God, Facebook's bad and he's awful and yada yada yada. It's not like a downer movie, you know. It's just kind of like, wow, he was kind of a little shit in college, and then he made
That
this, and then he
checks out.
continued to be a bad friend and continued to be misogynistic and just money hungry and greedy.
Also, have you seen him recently?
Yes.
Kind of scary.
He's scary. He's up Trump's ass. It's yeah. But the movie does not portray him in a positive light. It's acted very well. It's written really well. The music's good. The editing's good. It's just it's one of those movies I turn on and I'm just I don't know. Everything's just good about it. It's just a good movie.
That's how I feel about Cruella. But nobody else seems to get that.
I did rewatch it recently. And I don't know. I think I just had to be in the right headspace on a rewatch. And I was like, okay, this kind of eats.
That's how I felt about Turning Red. The first time I
Yes.
watched it, I'm not going to say the circumstances in which I watched it, but I watched it back recently. And you and also Camilla both really love that movie and have now since formed these connections with Red Pandas.
Yes.
And so I've been like, that movie was not good. And then I rewatched it and I was like, wait, this is kind of beautiful.
Yes.
And then I realized that I don't think I actually really watched it the first time. And then I watched it with someone I don't really associate with anymore. So I think I just associated the movie with the feelings that I had for that person.
Yes.
So now I was like, rewatched it. But I'm kind of sad because I wish I had watched it fresh the first time without that person.
Yes.
I think who you watch movies with can impact a lot.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because there were definitely, I watched a lot of movies with a certain person in high school. And now I don't really, it's not I can't enjoy them anymore. I just I don't really want to watch them anymore.
Okay.
Movies that I used to love, love, love. And now I'm just kind of meh. They lost their sparkle, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I got my top 4 up there. Okay.
All right, let's go.
It's What's Inside.
Ooh, that's a good
Red,
one.
Red, White, and Royal Blue.
Oh,
Halloween Town. And the last one, I saw the TV Glow.
okay.
Okay.
These make me very happy.
These are different than what I thought they were going to be. I thought
yeah.
Fast and Furious was going to be on there for sure.
I didn't put Fast and Furious in my letterbox.
Oh, but you
Wait,
can,
what you can put any movie on there. It doesn't have to be
Oh.
just one that you've liked. It's any movie ever,
yeah,
Tanesha.
your top 4 movie, your whole life.
I'm
that
gonna
you've
go
ever
put
seen.
Fast. I'm
Okay.
gonna change
Yes.
Halloween Town to Fast and Furious 5. Fast
No,
5.
it did not have to be. You can put any movie
Is
ever
that the
on
one
there.
when the Paul guy, he's gone?
No, Fast 5 is when they're in Brazil, baby. And then it's What's Inside, and then the gay one, and then I saw the TV Glow.
And then the gay one.
Uh-huh.
Watching that with you guys, I think did alter my reality.
You think?
Yeah. I think if I had watched that by myself, I wouldn't have thought twice about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was just something about being in a room full of queer people and then being like, pause the movie. Who's the top and who's the bottom? And then we all collectively joined it. And that's my favorite thing to play. Me and Tanesha,
Yes.
we see gay men. What do you think? It's my favorite game.
Do you think gay men do that with lesbians?
I don't think
They
they care
better
about
not.
women.
No.
Oh, you don't think they think about it at all?
I don't think they do.
Mhm.
I literally was talking about this yesterday. The confidence of gay men should be studied.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
My brother.
Let's just out every gay man we know.
Leonard.
But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I have never met a self-conscious, like, insecure gay man. I don't think.
right.
I'm not sure they exist. I'm sure they're out there. Like, I've seen them portrayed in media, but I personally have never met, like, the meek, nerdy, like, ooh, I'm introverted gay man.
And if they are, they like mask it really well.
Yes.
Like,
they're able to put on, like,
Yeah.
a
Like,
facade.
men can
Yes.
do that really well.
The only
It's
girl you
a
get
little
are in the
scary.
pages of
Yeah.
a catalog. Here lies Lord of the Bluff. His lies were legendary till the truth made him hush. What's funny is the truth is enough. Why do you have to make up all the money in this stuff? I guess it's easier to play a role and act hard because you don't have the guts to tell us who you really are. So you can keep a trophy that you don't deserve. I might be a busboy, but you just got served.
Oh,
That's
sorry. Tanesha, that was good.
That was if you could frame a sound. Like, I want that. Like,
that
you
was
come
good
to my
stuff.
house, you see a frame, there's like a button, you press it, and it's just Tanesha reciting the
I have
Let It Shine.
also found most lesbians I know to be pretty confident as well.
Okay, yeah.
And I think that may come from the fact that if you were going to be an out and proud, like, gay person, you got to be out and proud, you know? And so
Yeah.
maybe if there are, like, shy, introverted gay people out there, which there are, like, obviously a lot of people don't
the shy
know
people
that,
are
you know?
like, they identify as like queer.
Yes.
They're
yeah.
like, they're
okay.
no,
Okay,
I'm pansexual.
no hate, but they'll just be like, I don't like if they're labels, like I don't really like.
Yes,
it's like
yes.
this is no hate. This is just like an observation that I'm making that they're always just like, I don't really know. I know that I'm gay in some
You're
sense of the
absolutely
word.
No,
right,
I fully
though.
go in pants all the time,
Yes, but I think you're also more out and proud.
but I'm so shy.
And I think
Yes.
also when you come to the terms
shy.
that you're with the fact that you're a lesbian, I think your whole entire world changes because it's like you let go of like this patriarchal like idea of like normalcy and like you realize like I can really just live a full authentic life and have no men in my life ever. That
Yeah.
really changes a person, and it's like the most liberating thing I've ever experienced.
We had a
So-
conversation with some friends at Mr. Tequila the other day, and they were telling us how one person that they know can't grasp bisexuality a little bit.
Well, me and Tanesha have talked about this a lot recently. Don't sit there all smug, Maleigh. As someone, not to out Maleigh, but Maleigh also may have issues grasping bisexuality. But me and Tanesha have talked about this recently. Another different person that can't grasp bisexuality. And so somebody, not naming names, there's a couple. And she was like, oh, that guy?
Yes.
He's queer. He's maybe bisexual, so he can't love his girlfriend because
Wait.
he's also attracted to men.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
don't put me with those people.
No, Malee's different. Malee's different.
Maleigh is
Okay,
different.
I
Maleigh just hates men, and so she's kind of like, no one should ever love a man.
Yeah.
yeah, it's that. It's like
It's not that she can't grasp that people love men, but
Malee's
it
like,
is that
if you have the capacity to love women, why not love women?
That's exactly
not
how I
go
feel.
full throttle.
It's never like it's so weird. Like I feel like I'm more accepting of men being bisexual. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when a woman chooses like, and I know it's not a choice,
It's
but
not
it's
a
like
choice.
it's like, but you could actively be a bisexual and then still only date women. Do you know like
Yes. Yeah.
like I don't know. It's just hard for me to fathom like
Yeah.
you
Yes.
like women.
As someone who has never been attracted to a man.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I can definitely grasp that
Yes.
someone
No,
can
you're
be
not-
bisexual,
Yes.
pansexual.
And
I
still love
respect
their
Trans community.
partner.
I can joke about bi erasure, but like, can I? I don't know. But
you identified as bi for a long time. So
that was never true.
really?
Yeah, I never, because I was just like,
I
I
did
think
that straight for a
I
long
think
time.
when I was just like, oh, like, I don't even know if I defined it. I think I was like, oh, I'm like pan. I think I said I was pan.
Yes.
And then
yes.
after that, I was like, I don't really know, because I think I knew that I just only wanted to date women, but I didn't know. Like, so then I was like, I came up with a whole bunch of different terms. I was like demisexual, this and that, and like I just was like
Yes.
putting all these like titles together, and I was really just a lesbian, but I just was too afraid to say it. So I think I did identify as just like fruity for a second.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm a little fruity. Like I just kept saying that because I was just like, it was
I
too
have
much of a
thought
commitment
that I
to
was
be.
demisexual. Sorry, I got really quiet.
Damn, I think we
You-
thought you were gonna elaborate.
I thought you were gonna be like, and
We
I
were-
still do, or I don't.
we're
you're just
holding
like-
space for you, Tanesha, in your demisexuality.
I always hold space. It's right in between my lungs. It's right here.
Okay, but if you can see
Okay.
Addison, they kind of like pointed at
Yeah.
their boob.
yeah, so I was like,
Hey,
period.
you can get in there too.
Maleigh, do you think if I got new bed sheets and a new bed frame, bitches would be all over me?
Me, yes. I love a comfy bed. I live in a dorm. Hello?
Do you think if Tanesha posted it on Snapchat and was like, slide up for the new bed frame and new bed sheets, do you think it would work?
I think it would.
I think it'd work on
But
Maleigh.
I think
Maleigh.
it depends. I don't have Snapchat, but
Oh.
if I did.
Because you're an adult.
I use it to keep my streak with Brooke alive.
I use it because we as roommates talk through it. Like, that's where our roommate group chat is.
I mean,
but
also-
that's just because Tanesha has an Android.
Also,
Whoa.
a lot of international students have Snapchat because it's like the cool, hip WhatsApp. 'Cause you can like call
Yes,
people
yeah.
internationally, and I kept being confused as to why so many people had Snapchat
It
still.
also has like free unlimited like photo storage. So that's why a lot of people
Oh.
use it. Yeah.
That's tea,
Yes.
but it takes up so much space on your phone.
Yeah.
It does, and it's also like cringy. Like for me
Yeah.
personally, I don't want to be like, "Oh, what's your snap?" I don't.
Literally.
Can we
I don't
normalize
want that.
asking people for numbers? Okay, first off, can I just say this?
Is that not already normalized?
Well, I have never been asked out, and I've never been asked for any sort of contact information. But I don't know. I always hear about somebody being like, "Yeah, they asked me for my snap," and I just feel like, let's just ask for the phone number. I think it takes me like knowing someone a little. I don't know, because I do feel like I obviously like as a pansexual do find attraction to men, but I do think it is like kind of on the slimmer side of that, because like
Yeah.
when you ever see me at the boot, they come near me and I instantly push them away. And I'm trying not to do that anymore. But they will
Well, because you push them away from all of us, Tanesha.
okay, sorry, I don't want them anywhere. Like they come around and I instantly sober up and all of a sudden I'm like, do you want to go? Like, do you want to throw down on this floor? I'll beat you up right now.
Were you
like,
there, Maleigh, that one time like someone came up to dance with us and Tanesha just went, "No, thank you."
If
It's
I
like-
was, I probably just don't remember.
It's instinct.
You
like,
probably didn't see the guy at all.
no.
That's my thing. I think, okay, I was also talking to another person about this, and they also say when they're in the club, they are like ready to fight men. Like they got actively been
Yes.
kicked out of bars for trying to fight men. I think it's like, I can't even give a man the time of day to fight them. I'm like,
yes.
I'm dancing with my friends. Yeah, there's men here, but I don't see them.
No, when they get too close, I immediately clock it. Like, and yes, maybe they're trying to flirt with everyone or a particular person, and I gotta step back. But sometimes they just get too close to like me and my friends that I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna punch you if you don't back up. But also, I don't know. I guess also the boot's just a bad place because Camilla's thing.
Oh,
we went
yeah.
out afterwards,
Terrible.
and let me tell you what. We went after Camilla's thing. We went out and we were in the boot, and it was really packed, and we were having fun. We had our cowgirl hats on. This really large guy like goes to point at something, and all of a sudden, I feel this weight on my head. He had rested his arm on my cowgirl hat attached to my head. And I remember Addison turning to me and being like, it's okay. And I was like, no, I think I could take him. I think I could take him right now, actually.
He was a big guy. I was like,
Yes.
Tanesha, no.
No, so, and then,
No,
same
don't do
night,
it. It's not worth it.
Same night, these guys rushed past us and fully like shoulder checked me. And I pushed him and Addison goes, it's okay. Like, yes, I'm attracted to men, but I do think also sometimes I really don't want to be around them. So yes,
Yeah.
if a man came into this
Yeah.
room right now, I'd be like, and do you need something? If not, please turn around. Like, it's just, I don't know. Men. Ugh.
No, I don't think I know any man currently right now that I'm like, yeah, I want to spend more time with him.
Yeah. I think even ones that I'm like, okay, he's cute. Like, maybe I feel a little something. It's like, I don't want to be in a room with you right now, though. Like,
Yeah. Even like men that I like would consider myself friends with.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not that close at the end of the day.
no. At the end of the day, you stay over there, I stay over here.
Yeah. We'll stay in our lanes. Cause like, I feel like the vibe and the community that I've created around myself that I feel comfortable in, it doesn't include men, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but like, that's just how it's shaken out in my life.
Yeah.
It's so weird because right now, currently, I have the most straight friends that I have ever had. And I don't know how to feel about that.
It is it's funny to hear your stories about them.
Yeah,
And their,
them.
yeah.
Because I took a man to a lesbian club.
What? You took
Yeah.
a straight man to a lesbian club?
I did. In hindsight, ugh. We got side-eyed all night long.
Ooh.
He's also like a really tall guy.
Yeah.
Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so and he, like y'all, but he's like he's like French Canadian. He's so sweet. He's like he's not
He
gonna.
is,
You know,
yeah.
he was so uncomfortable because he was like, I don't know where to look because there was like dancers there.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know where to
I
look.
know where I
and like
looked when I went.
I know where we looked.
I know where my
But
face
he's
ended
like
up.
his eye level was so much taller than
Yeah.
everyone there.
Yeah.
It was like all pink. There was girls dancing, and then every time like I would look over, there would be like people just like side-eyeing us so hard.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is not getting any bitches tonight. Let me say that. But not that I was like thinking I was gonna get any.
On
but
the
I was like,
prowl.
right, on the prowl. But it was very weird, and I was like, and I don't know why. Like I thought it would be okay. Like
Were
it-
you intoxicated when you made this
Probably.
decision? Okay.
Probably. I mean, I don't know
to
if-
be like, hey, come with us to
I
this.
don't know if I was intoxicated yet or if I don't know. Because I'm just like, it's my friend and I love him and he's great.
Yeah.
And like, I hate all men. So it's like, he's like the one, like, he's probably like the one exception
Yeah.
of the, that I would bring anywhere to hang out with me in any
Yeah.
time that I would be seen in photos with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
other than like those awkward group photos. But like, I was like, wow, like, but if I didn't know who this was, I would have just been like, I would have also been one of the people side-eyeing. Like, why the fuck would you bring a man? Like, do you know how
Yes.
we
Yeah.
went for Pride? And I was like, wow, these men here. These
Oh my god, that couple, like that girl, it was like her birthday or
Yes.
whatever,
Also,
and
and
her
I-
boyfriend next to her.
Yes, and I'm like, I can understand you being bi and that being your boyfriend. Don't bring him to queer spaces. But then also, I actively did that. So then it's like, but also he
Yeah.
seemed like a douchebag. But also
He
maybe
was.
my friend seemed like a douchebag.
I don't know. And knowing him, I don't feel like
I mean,
he's a
he was
douchebag.
like back to the wall.
And
Like he was not. He was just
that
being
guy
very,
seemed very like sloshy drunk. And I
Oh yeah.
and
Also,
I-
he's
yeah,
sober. The
yeah.
guy that I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
he's like, he was not drinking. He was not under the like. He might look like he's intoxicated. He's always just
He
tired.
does always look like that.
Yeah, he just doesn't like to go out late or do anything.
No. I mean, speaking of going out, people hate on the boot. And can I say something? I think you hate the boot because you're going there on the prowl. Do not ever go to the boot on the prowl.
No.
Who's going to the boot on the prowl?
think
The
some
people
people
making
are.
out in the boot.
Yeah. Like if you
Oh.
if you want to go out and maybe meet somebody, yes, you're not gonna want to go to the boot. The boot is bad. Blah 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 blah.
It's full
blah.
of children.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the other night was high school night. But if you're going there as a last minute thing to dance before you head on home, like it's fire. Like I don't know what to say. Like it's not bad.
It's fire.
It's fire. It's literally legitness. That was legitness.
Unless they're playing just country music, which in that case.
like USA country, like I'm
Like,
proud to
born
be in
the
America.
USA.
Red, white, and blue.
If you're in there and they're
This
playing
land
country
is
music and
your
everybody
land.
in there starts yelling like they're excited about it, leave.
Yeah.
We should have
Why
left.
did-
I was gonna say,
earlier.
why didn't we do
We
that?
stayed so long, and I
I was hoping the music would get better. They played Kesha at one point, which was good.
I was fucking with the Kesha.
Yeah.
yeah.
Timber will always get me down.
But if you guys know any
That's
good
my type of
dancing
country.
bars,
Yes.
please drop some
Yes.
links.
If you like to go out in New Orleans, we're not big on bourbon.
yeah,
So maybe not bourbon, but if you're like, oh, this is a bar with a really good dance floor,
and not
let us
old
know.
people.
and
We'll be on that dance
we
floor.
can go a little older. Right now, the boot is like 18, 19, 20.
No,
we need
can,
like
we can
22
for sure,
and up.
We for sure can go older, but I'm not looking for somebody's grandfather
No, the grim people
or
are,
dad.
they are not dancing in the bars, Tanesha.
One time I went to the boot and there was this old man, this old lady there. Maleigh was there, and they started like gyrating on each other, and it was really gross.
One time,
I actually have no memory of that.
Oh.
Oh wait,
You
I
blocked
do.
it out.
They were like 30 to 40.
Yes, and they like he was wearing a full blown suit, and all of a sudden they were like,
Yeah.
okay.
well, Tanesha, you didn't have to demonstrate,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
there was this one time we were in TJ's and there was like an
I
old
forgot
like,
about that place.
40 and 50-year-old couple there, and they got up on a table and started grinding on each other.
I was flashed in TJ's once by someone I was friends with, and when she asked if she could show me her boobs, I said no, and she proceeded to do it anyway. Was she very drunk? Yes, but also she did still show it. She just showed everyone like 4 times.
I think that also happened to me by the same person.
Yes, yes, I believe it did.
And it was that night we went to that Taylor Swift night. The first time that I'd
Oh.
ever hung out with them.
What?
It was like in the elevator on the way back.
Oh.
Because I think
I
we
was
even
not
lived
there.
in the same building or something, and you lived in
Yes, and I lived in a different building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you
so
lived
on the
in
way
Beaver.
back, they were like, "You want to see my boobs?" And I was like,
Oh.
"Oh, good night,
Good night.
had so much fun?" Question mark.
It was definitely weird. Yeah.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I have to go use the restroom. So I'll be back.
Time for
TNM.
Addison diss track.
Addison, Schmadison, girl, where that Fattison.
Period.
So let's talk about Riz.
Okay.
How do you get dates? How do you get bitches?
I don't.
You've been on more dates than me.
I think you can go on dates. That doesn't mean that they're gonna be good, or that it will go anywhere.
That's true. That's factual.
Well, okay.
That's
I will say
wise.
that the dates themselves have been good.
For the people.
Yeah, after the fact. I've kind of been like, oh. Or, like, sometimes they're not, like, sometimes it's not bad. Sometimes you just kind of realize, like, you go on dates, it's fun, and then you just kind of realize, like, oh, wait, maybe this person's just not for me. And then you
I
kind
guess,
of, like, it
how do you
fizzles
get to
out
the
naturally.
asking part?
I'm
Also, I
really-
think I'm just a nervous person, so I think the thought of asking someone something makes me really sweaty.
Same, as a sweaty person. However, I just feel like I've always been very forward. Like,
Mhm.
I'm always just like, well, how am I going to get to know you if
Yeah.
I don't hang out with you? So then I'm always like, coffee. Literally, like,
Yeah.
coffee's so low stakes. Like, we get coffee. Like, everybody gets
Yeah.
coffee. It's, like, a daily thing. You're just getting coffee with someone else. And then, I mean, a stereotypical lesbian date, it just happens to last 5 hours. And then sometimes you're there and then you're like, wait, I'm actually hungry. Let's go get food. I feel like with men, it's different, right? Because then you
Yeah.
have these, like, prescribed notions of, like, the man does this or, like,
Mhm.
this, like, very, like, hetero, like, normative idea of what happens. And I think with women, it's so much easier because it's just, like, you're both kind of just, like,
Yeah.
who's going to make the first move? And it's kind of, like, it doesn't really matter kind of thing. And I think with men, I don't even know, like, how to approach talking to men. Because I've
Yeah.
never been on
I
a
know.
date with a man or, like,
I think
you
my, at least for me, like, my crushes form. It's just been this one. Form from, like, I don't know, being around them a lot and then, like, talking to them and, like, kind of being friends. And then it goes into, like it went into, like, liking him for me. And so then it was, like, I think I don't give dating apps enough try because I am a friends to lovers type of girl. Like, I am we got to know each other. Not even, like, friends, but we definitely have to have talked in person.
You need to have a rapport.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
And we need to be able to have a conversation that has substance. Like,
Yes.
like I said, do not walk up to me saying the same damn thing for 2 years.
I was like,
So it's
Tanesha
gonna
hates
be really mad.
repetition. It gets old so fast.
Yes, I think a bit is really funny.
wait, what's
but,
your star sign?
wait, like,
Scorpio.
I'm Scorpio.
Oh, T.
But, like, okay.
What's your moon and rising?
I don't know those.
Okay, we'll look those up.
I was
okay.
like, you can check Snapchat if you put your birthday in Snapchat.
I did. But, like,
It
so
should
I
have your
feel
whole
like
chart.
I love a good bit, y'all. I really do. I love a good bit. Like, I do. But I feel like if the bit is all we have going, like, have we known each other for 2 to 3 years and that bit is the only thing you can say to me when we're in a room together alone? It's like, okay, like, that's not funny. Like,
Yeah.
like, hold a conversation with me. Let's talk about the economic standpoint of the world. No, I'm just kidding.
But I think, like, you can do that on dates. Like, I think you, like, I'm not saying, like, I understand, like, and that's where I get confused about, like, what actually does it mean to be demisexual?
Yes.
Because I think at what point, like, everybody kind of needs to know the person that
Yeah.
they're about to, like, embark on a relationship with.
I don't know
one
that some
crush.
people do.
So,
Well, I mean, like, beyond just, like, hooking up, like, I feel like that's
Oh,
different.
well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's either, like, yes, people are on dating apps because they're just hooking up with people, and then it's, like, they
Well-
might fall into a relationship, but then they're probably also just getting to know each other through having
Yeah.
sex. So then I feel like it's always, like, it's all about human connection.
Yes.
And so it's, like, are people hooking up and then just being like, okay, let's get together, and then they're like, they never talk? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Or, like, how does that work?
As someone who doesn't hook up, I wouldn't know. But when I
Yeah.
hear demisexual, I'm just hearing someone who, like, would prefer to have, like, or just feels more comfortable or doesn't feel sexual attraction to a person until they know them very well.
Okay,
And
that makes
then
sense.
there's, like, demi-romantic, where it's like, I'm not going to
Oh.
feel romantic attraction to anyone unless I know them really well.
then I think I'm more demi-romantic.
Okay, yes, that makes sense to me.
How do you find this, guys?
But
Okay, so Tanesha, your sun is in Scorpio, your moon is in Aries.
Where are you seeing this at?
Oh.
Oh.
Tanesha, that may be why we get along.
And your rising is in Leo.
Tanesha, that's why we get along. I love anything Leo. I love anything
Share
Leo.
yours.
Okay.
Pick 3.
What is it? My sun is in Aries. My moon is in Gemini. And then my rising is in Aquarius, I believe.
Okay. So my...
Or Pisces. Ugh, I can't remember. I think it's Aquarius.
Okay, I was going to say Pisces is scary.
No, I
mom's a
think it's
Pisces.
Aquarius. I think it's Aquarius.
My mom's a Pisces.
So I'm a Gemini, but I fall in that weird like Taurus Gemini cusp.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's some people don't believe in cusp, but I think they're very real because I feel like I don't identify with the traits of a Taurus. If you look them up, I'm like, that's not me. I feel like I'm very much a Gemini, but technically because of the degree in which I was born or whatever, my sun is in Taurus, and I actually do have a lot of Taurus placements. And then my moon is in Aquarius, and then my rising is in Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that might be why we get along so well.
And I think, like, yes, very true. But I think, like, the difference between me being a Taurus Gemini cusp and then just, like, a regular Gemini, like, I feel like I have a little bit more, like, that Taurus kind of, like, grounds me a little bit.
I never really
Not
understood
much.
the star signs and
Not
stuff.
much,
So
but-
all that you just read to me, I don't really understand.
That's okay.
Like, I don't really get, like, what does that mean about, like, what does that say about me?
Okay, so your rising is kind of, like, your personality.
Okay.
And so your rising is Leo. Leos are kind of, like...
They are stereotyped to be like
Yeah.
kind of self-centered, like, oh, this is all about me.
And then Aries are, like... Their sign is, like, the ram. Like, they're kind of, like, stubborn or, like...
Angry, fiery.
Yeah,
like,
they're fire signs.
Yeah.
Leo is also a fire sign. I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure. It's just like a passionate, like Addison.
yeah. But like, if you know me, like, I don't know. I don't think I read Aries unless you like. I don't know. I think I have. I have Aries tendencies, but I feel like if you met me, you wouldn't be like, oh, that's an Aries. You know.
Yeah.
But I feel like
Yeah.
you two have known me too long, and so I think you've seen me get to
I
that
don't
point
know,
at
though.
times.
Like, I think you do kind of like, yes, you're like obviously very like
Mhm.
nice and kind, obviously,
Yeah.
but like I think sometimes you do kind of come, which I don't know. I have known you for so long, so it's hard for me to know like how you introduce yourself now.
Yes,
but I feel like
that is true.
in high school, it totally checked out.
Yeah, that I was an Aries.
Yeah. Like I felt like it was
Yeah.
very like as someone who like lived with you, it was like very it was kind of hard to read you almost,
yeah.
and that was very like Aries. And my mom's an Aries.
Yes.
Y'all,
Okay, yeah.
When you
Poker
first
face is
met me, do you think I was a
intense.
Scorpio?
No, not at all.
No. I would have read you probably as like a Cancer.
Yeah.
To society.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
That's insane.
But yeah, getting to know you now, because like Cancers are supposedly very emotional.
Emotional.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
All you
so,
have to do to know all this stuff is just read it.
and
Mhm.
also you kind of get to know it like based on the people around
Yeah.
you.
And there's always like similarities.
like
Yeah.
if I'm ever really attracted to really women and then sometimes men, and then like not attracted like physically, but just like, ooh, like this is a really like cool person and I like this person, we get along, I will almost always find out that they're a Leo.
That makes sense.
And I'll be like, oh, that's what it is.
I don't know. I feel like mine really ranges. I feel like once I get to know somebody, like personality wise, and like if I like them, if I don't like them, like their sign ranges.
Yeah.
But then also, I think it can flip too, based off of just things. Because like I said, really close to some people, but then like things happen that flipped it. But I also think that I don't think about the signs that much at
Yeah.
all. don't think
I
about them at
also
all.
don't really like believe in them. I think
Yeah.
it's like a fun thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like if you like read something that's like you and Leos are super compatible, like,
Yeah.
and then you start like you're like marrying this person because you're like we're compatible. Like,
Like,
I don't think,
I'd only date Leos or whatever.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't do that. But I think it's fun to be like, oh, I know a lot of Scorpios. Both of my roommates are Scorpios,
Yeah.
and a couple of
Oh.
friends back home are Scorpios.
that
like,
checks out.
everybody, basically, I just have a bunch of November birthdays.
Is your mom a Virgo?
No, she's a Libra.
Libra.
Yes, the
okay.
best sign.
Yes.
That's why everyone loves my mother.
Win and balance though. They're the scales.
Oh.
So like my brother, like he's a Libra, and it's like you can like it's really about the scale. And when
Yeah.
they get out of balance, and I think that's a lot of things with the signs. It's like obviously it's like not super real, but like
Yeah.
because it depends on like how you are mentally. I think can also affect like how you deal with conflict and how you deal
Yeah,
like or
absolutely, yeah.
living in life. Like I think it depends on where you are like mentally, emotionally. Like,
I think
there's
how
so
I
many
deal with
factors.
conflict
Yeah.
actually comes from how, like, just my my upbringing and
Oh,
like,
for sure.
Oh yeah.
but like not even like the lessons my mother taught me, but just the surroundings I was always in
Yeah.
with my siblings and all that. Hashtag they broke my guitar one time.
Oh, Tanesha, stop.
They smashed it violently.
And then
they
threw it
told
on the
me,
roof?
they said, you don't know how to play. And they said, and they threw it on the roof. Yeah. It was
No,
in a purple
stop.
Tinkerbell.
That just hit Maleigh. That,
It's okay.
that just hit home for Maleigh. Like, it was sad, and then you mentioned it was a Tinkerbell guitar.
you know how I feel about those fairies.
I know.
Okay. Now, speaking of star signs, kind of in the same conversation, but a little shift. If you were one of the fairies, who would you be?
Oh, iridescent.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
Rosetta.
I
Yeah,
knew you were going to say
checks
that.
out.
But who did y'all have a crush on?
Iridescent.
Ooh.
No, I'm kidding. It was definitely Rosetta.
Yeah, mine was also Rosetta.
Oh.
And then
It's just
Silver
that
Mist.
southern accent.
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
liked Silver Mist.
Yeah.
I loved Silver Mist, but I also feel like I also can relate to Tinkerbell now too. 'Cause she
Mhm.
just be doing stuff.
No, I think I really
Tinkers.
so of course the movie's about Tinkerbell, so I really liked her. But then like as I like watched it when I was older, I low-key didn't care for her.
She's a little annoying, but I like that.
Not
about
even
her.
that. Like I just didn't care for her anymore.
Yeah, and then I think they built this whole franchise around her. But then even like, what's the one where it's like Tinkerbell and the Neverbeast? That's Fawn's movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, and I love Fawn.
Yeah.
That's her movie.
I love Fawn.
So it
Like, I
was
don't know why they didn't just have spin-off movies for each of the characters or what.
Yeah.
Because it's literally called
Yes.
Tinkerbell and the Neverbeast, and then Tinkerbell's in there like 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the movie, like yes, she was a good character, and I think as a kid I really was like Tinkerbell, this fairy who's different. But then as I grew up and I watched it, and I was like, okay, and I love that she's different. I love that she's a tinker. I don't care. I could care less about that at this point. Could we just get something else? Like it wasn't that she was annoying. It's just sorry, my phone vibrated. It was that she just like I don't know. She just didn't interest me anymore.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't get that. I liked that Tinkerbell was angry. Like,
Yeah.
I liked that she was always annoyed at something, or she was like, this isn't fair. I don't want to do this. Like, because, like, who else was doing that? What other, like,
And she was so
female-centric,
small.
like, she's a fairy. Yeah. But, like,
She was a
she would, like, get so mad that her whole face would get red. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't even think of, like, the Disney princesses weren't doing that. Like, Dora wasn't
so
doing that.
true.
Like, Tinkerbell was mad, and she would let you know.
See,
and
that's that Aries.
Yeah.
so, like, I would be like, what the fuck? Like, this bitch, like, she's going to be a great tinker. She should just suck it up. But, like, now as an adult, I could really appreciate the fact that she was like, no, I am going to try other things. And did she come back to tinker? Yes. But she came back and she was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
No, that's really good. I just like I said, just like watching it later on, I was just more interested in the other fairies.
Yeah.
Like, but love Tinkerbell, love her to death. I mean, so cute, so great, so good at tinkering. It's just that at some point in time, these movies kept being Tinkerbell and this, Tinkerbell, and it was like, okay,
Yes, I do get
I
that.
don't like it's. She had her movie. Can we get other
Yes.
movies?
The first movie is like her movie, good, and then we needed to move on after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Especially because I liked the Lost Treasure one. The one where the
Yes.
Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue, I think is the worst movie.
Boo. Can I tell y'all my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, Secret of the Wings, where she
Oh,
finds like her
yes.
sister.
I'm
on
They
your
should have been lovers, though.
side.
Let's take
Take
this right. Together we're facing the world, doing things nobody's done before. The great divide never seems so right anymore.
When the
China
China
and
and
McClain.
sisters did that music video, I was hooked,
It
line,
was so
sinker.
good. It played every single commercial on Disney
Yes.
Channel. It
And
was
they would,
so
like, they would jump back and
good.
forth. Oh, I was in
Yes.
it.
I was like
in it.
sisters. I have a sister. I was like sisters.
I have 2 sisters.
Yes,
I
sisters
love
were
how
in.
I said they should have been lovers, and then you guys broke out the song, and then you're
Whoa,
like,
whoa! Her and her
sisters.
sister. All right, guys, we've just hit 3 hours on the podcast,
Period.
so I think we might need to wrap this up.
I
Maleigh,
have to pee.
thank you so much for joining us today.
Being our first guest.
Yes.
We
better
love
than
you.
nothing.
Yeah. So
Should we all like do it at the end at the same time?
what?
And that's been
Better
Better
than
than
nothing.
nothing.
Oh.
Wait. What should the outro be? Should it be like, and that's why we're better than nothing? No.
Just get money.
And
That's always my
remember,
outro.
Best sex is no sex.
Remember, get this, but
Don't fuck 'em.
And that's been better than nothing. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I don't know where this is going up.
We don't know when.
We don't know where. We don't know. Go to Be Gay, Do Crime.
Birds
No
to the
crime.
bowl.
What do you
No
mean?
crime.
I think we can do a little crime.
Hate crime?
No.
Oh.
Never hate crime. Petty theft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steal
Gra-
from
maybe
your, steal
Grand
from your
Theft Auto?
local
Steal from
taco
corporations. Bury your gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Place. Bury your gold. Marry
And
your
me.
gold.
All right. You say bury or marry? Bury you? What?
The world may never know.
All right.
Tanesha said bury your gold. And then I said, in me. And then you guys didn't know what I said at all.
I know.
Anyway,
All right,
That's
let's go.
been us. Have a wonderful day. Wherever you are.
Birds.
And wherever you're
Bye.
watching. Okay, bye.
I think we should like actually just blank it out. Like even though you're not actually saying it, you should be like the sensor, like burr, burr, burr.
What's that little button?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless your name is.
Exactly. To make it seem like we actually name dropped him and then
And I just want to let you know that you're a punk ass.
You nasty little raggedy hair, stinky little small.